I have 5 credit cards. If I use it left, right, and center, I wouldn't have enough money to pay it back. So I'll eventually end up defaulting.
Or
because interest keeps summing up, accumulating, no?
To have some kind of a loan account and service it properly,
Right.
to build up your CIBIL score.
Right.
One of the most common loan accounts which people have is credit cards.
Absolutely.
So what's the recommended number of credit cards according to you?
0.
Okay.
So I'll tell you, Nikhil. So
what are you saying, man?
You should have. Why I tell you, our society is designed in such a manner. Just
Before this
conversation, we were discussing on the combination of democracy and capitalism.
Right.
Okay.
And I was telling you it was a killer combo.
Absolutely. You were telling me that it was a killer combo. And I was also telling that it comes with its own pros and cons.
Correct.
So I'll speak about cons now.
Sure.
The core of capitalism is it wants to, capitalistic societies, it wants to make people feel less. Or it wants to always have its people feel that it has less. For example, each one of us always
like I want to keep upgrading.
Yeah.
Normal
Absolutely.
feature phone say Android phone say iPhone.
Exactly, you get my point.
iPhone say iPhone 15 Pro Max.
Exactly. So that is the core of capitalistic society. It always wants to have people in its society feel
it's
that
missing something.
It's missing something. It has less. So this is the core of capitalistic society.
Okay.
So these credit cards are extremely scientifically designed.
Okay.
So when I'm feeling less, I want to have that, no?
Right.
So for example, now I drive a Skoda. Am I fulfilled? I still feel less.
You want a Merc.
Because I want to drive an Audi.
Yeah.
Right, no? You can imagine now.
Right.
How do I drive an Audi? I have to increase my income.
Yeah. Or
access to credit.
Yeah.
This is where the whole credit aspect comes into picture.
Okay.
Now let's fit in the credit card into this feel-less society. The society which always feels less. Okay. So I have this credit card. People think that it's a disposable income.
Wow.
Guys, please become aware or be aware that your credit card has been given to you to access credit in terms of whenever you are in distress.
This feels like financial therapy, Nikhil.
It's not a disposable income. Please understand, it's not a disposable income. Disposable income is something wherein whenever you receive a lakh of rupees as a salary, your expenses are, let's assume your monthly expenses are 50,000 rupees. The rest 50,000 rupees is your disposable income.
Right.
Out of which you should be saving at least 50%.
Okay.
And spending the rest 50% on discretionary. For example, buying a phone or buying an upgrade.
So if I have a credit card with 3 lakh rupee limit, that's not my...
It's not your disposable income. Guys, please understand, it's credit. It's a debt.
Okay.
So here, in the process of upgrading ourselves from one thing to other, because we are a society,
capitalist society,
that always feels less.
Yeah.
So all these credit cards are scientifically designed to drive people into debt trap.
And it wouldn't sell if it was called the debt card.
Never. I mean, it cannot be called it. Obviously, nobody would buy it.
So even if it helps me build my CIBIL score, I shouldn't have a credit card?
You should be optimally using it.
Okay.
You should maybe use 10 to 30%
right
on your monthly expenses, pay it back on time, and use it. If you are using it on your discretionary spends, and if you overdo it in terms of your upgrades, so there is all the chance of you getting into debt trap. Because first is, let's assume you'll be using it for your expenses, right? No, less than 30%, and paying it back on time, the entire overdue, which is 30% or 30 grand.
Then having a credit card is okay.
Okay. Next, you want a party, you want to go for a trip, which is an upgrade in your lifestyle. You have your Instagram account, you would be watching a lot of people enjoy this, that, wearing this, that, having this, that. So all the desires are, driving you, to make one, it's making you feel less. Second, it is driving you to get that. So if you swipe your credit card, then it's very clear that you will end up maxing your credit card. Right?
Because there's no limit for that.
Absolutely. So once you max your credit card, so you won't be able to pay it in full.
Right.
So you'll not be paying your overdue. You'll be paying your minimum balance.
And you get into a whole cycle, which we'll cover in another video.
Absolutely. So
but yeah,
it's scientific. All these credit cards are scientifically designed to drive people into debt trap.
So what do you tell to
this
me?
Is the underlying fact.
What do you tell to me? I told you, right? One credit card which I use, and then 4 which are just lying there.
Absolutely. Be prudent in terms of your usage.
Okay.
Don't overdo it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
The optimal number is 0, guys. What about this, the credit builder credit cards which they keep advertising these days?
They are secure credit cards.
Yeah. So in those cases,
even if you max it,
it's like a debit card itself.
It's like a debit card itself. It's like you are spending from your savings account. Right. Once it's exhaust, it's exhaust. Even if you do not pay back, they'll
just take it from
they'll adjust it from your
fixed deposit.
Right. Okay. But what I'm trying to tell people is be prudent in terms of usage of credit. That's
Use
it.
करो, पागल के जैसे मत करो.
That's
iPhone के जगह OnePlus से चला लो काम.
Exactly.
So they did this study, right? Recently, iPhone sales in India suddenly picked up. And vast chunk of it came from EMIs and credit card sales.
Imagine.
So that was a bit surprising to me in the sense that
next level up. Now people are taking credit to go for a trip.
Right. Your credit, ideally speaking, a rule of thumb is use it either when you're buying an asset.
Yes.
Or
it should generate further.
Yeah, exactly. Either when you're buying an asset or, when it is like under stress or whatever, where you require credit.
Really under stress and you need some money to, for that particular scenario. And
don't use credit to upgrade your lifestyle.
Yes.
That will just kill you. So this becomes like a bad habit. Eventually your CIBIL score will become bad is what you're saying.
Absolutely. Because they'll end up defaulting any which ways. Let's assume I have 5 credit cards. If I use it left, right and center, I wouldn't have enough money to, pay it back. So I'll eventually end up defaulting. Or because interest keeps summing up, accumulating, no? 1 lakh attracting 4% a month
is a lot.
It's
more than loan sharks actually.
Yeah, it keeps accumulating.
Loan sharks are cheaper.
Yeah. They give it a 2%.
Right.
So it keeps accumulating. Imagine you having 5 credit cards, 5 lakh rupees. If you spend it, 4% on 5 lakh month on month.
You should have good ancestral property.